So these photos just came out about an hour ago of our President Joe Biden's speech notes, or his White House briefing notes. Now, what you see here is very disturbing. So you enter, it's pretty much, he has to read to be told what to do or what he should be doing. You enter the Roosevelt room, say hello to the participants. You take your seat. Why do you have to tell them to take your seat? You give brief comments, 2 minutes, press depart. You ask Liz Schuler, president, you thank participants, you depart. We don't see anything wrong with this. Now, me personally, take a time out and like the video, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy. Me personally, I've never been a fan of Joe Biden, especially if you've been hearing what's been going on with that diary situation. But for him to be what? How old is Joe Biden again? Let me check real quick. This is him falling off his bike. Joe Biden is what? He's got to be what? Is he 78 or is he 79 in November? I forgot exactly when. Let's see here. He's 79. He's going to be 80 in November. Now, we've seen multiple clips over the last, his presidential run, and since he's been elected and inaugurated, we've seen that like something is wrong with this dude. And when you look at the fact that we haven't gotten what he said he was going to do for the people who voted for him. In fact, things are worse. And then you see on the news, they try to tell us, Biden supporter channels and whatnot, that things aren't bad. Gas is $5 a gallon. Food is up all over the place. They gave away so much free money that people don't want to work. Crime is exploding. Now, all of a sudden, they're walking back the defund police. But they did that because it was popular at the time among their voter base. It's a damn shame. Just less than a week ago, actually, he did a interview or, basically a briefing where he's telling us to prepare for another pandemic. There will be another one. Now, I think this is just old people gaffes. You know how old people, they get to a point where they just be saying anything? Old people, they lose their filter and they don't always go with the script. That's why he has to have a script. Let me retweet this. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a policy voter. I'm neither Democrat or, Republican. I don't pay attention to none of that. But if you have policies that I like and, that's going to help benefit me and my family, then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to vote for you. But in the case of this dude, that shit was all pandering. And it was clear as day. You can go around in the African-American community, the people who voted for him, and ask them about ask them about the Hunter Biden laptop. Ask them about Ashley Biden. Ask them about, what have you seen or watched any of his press briefings, and how do you feel about inflation or the fact that he's saying that food shortages are on the way, they're coming? For example, listen to this.
Regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages, and it's going to be real. The price of these sanctions is not just imposed upon Russia. It's imposed upon an awful lot of countries as well, including European countries and our country as well.
Remember those long lines you see in television? People lining up all kinds of vehicles just to get a box of food, and they're drunk. How could we forget? People were hurting. And what is it that my crowd want to do? Forget it. Forget it. God says in the United States of America, the idea that people would have to wait in line an hour and a half to get a box of food, and they're drunk.
For more money from Congress for this vaccine campaign and for COVID funding going into the fall. How much of the supply of vaccines for these small children is there, and how many of the nation's kids will you be able to get vaccinated before you need more money from Congress?
Well, we'll get through at least this year. We do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well.
You see the chick in the background once he says that. Look at her eyes. Once he brings that up, her eyes start going crazy. Look, rewind it back.
Well, we'll get through at least this year. We do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well.
And I guess what I'm saying is this, I think he'd be making a lot of slips regarding, saying things that we're not supposed to hear. And I'm not going to go down the conspiracy theory, theorist road, but I do believe that there's going to be some food issues. And as you can see, the gas is not going down. They're talking about a gas credit of fucking 18 cents. What the hell is that going to do? 18 cents a gallon. That's not going to help, the truckers who have to pay all this extra money in diesel to try to get this food to the stores. I've been doing a lot of research on basically shrinkflation, and really when I go to the supermarket, I really take time to really look around. For example, my local supermarket went from being 24 hours to 6 a.m. to midnight, now to 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. I've been there multiple times where, the deli or the seafood section has to close down early because people don't want to go to work. They incentivized people staying home and not doing shit. So as far as this old man is concerned, I don't think that he's really the one pulling the strings. There's clearly other people behind him. And if he thinks about running another term, you would be a fucking fool to vote for him because he's going to be 80 years old this year. And you can literally see the 80 in him. Now it's not, people fall off bikes. Okay, mistakes happen, especially when you got that little hook thing that you have to put your foot in, as he says. But at the end of the day, our president of the United States, with everything that everyone's talking about him being old, weak, and frail, he cannot be falling all over the place. And this is the guy that people voted for. Crime is up. Prices of everything is up. There's going to be a housing crash. That's when I'm going to buy another house, if I'm being honest. It's just a joke. Take your time out to like the video, subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy with TstreeT UNCUT.